Yo, JD here. And as you can see, we are not on F1 22 here today. We have returned to a game that I felt was definitely one of the fan favourites in recent years, and I'm not really going to say underappreciated, because I think a lot of people do agree that, especially in the new era, in the last 5 years or so, F1 2020, I think, was probably one of the most fun games to play itself. And we've decided here today to go back on it, because why not? I actually had it still installed on my Xbox, which kind of speaks for itself. If I haven't uninstalled it, then I must have actually enjoyed it a fair bit as well. So we're just going to jump straight into the time trial. And as you can see, classic cars. Why do we not have this on the new game? Instead, we got F1 Life and supercars, which I don't think anyone uses whatsoever. It really does baffle me. I don't know if it's a licensing issue or anything at all, but please just put it in the game, because a lot of people really enjoyed this, and there were features on this game that people actually like to do. And you can see, going through the tracks here, we had Vietnam, and you're about to see we even have the short tracks, which was a lot of fun, especially in League Racing open lobbies. There was just a few little extra things that were added in, but people actually enjoyed, unlike how the current game is. And no, this video isn't going to be about trashing F1 22, because we've done certainly quite a bit of that recently, but it's just about revisiting an old game. And we're going to jump into the time trial here. We did a 32.4, and that was over 2 years ago, so quite a long time ago. But we're returning to Vietnam, and let's see what we can do. You can see Shadow and Ronha 31.4 as the fastest lap the world record. And yeah, for this video, not really scripted or anything at all, because I don't tend to do that in my videos, but just again having a bit of an open discussion of what you liked about this game. As you can see here, my wheel currently profile isn't working, because back on this game we didn't have the podium rotation issue, because on 21 and 22 I have to set my rotation to 1400 degrees in order for it to match in the game, which I think is one of the reasons why it probably feels quite disconnected. It's something they haven't fixed for 2 years, but now I had to change my rotation back down to 350 or 360, which is what it should be. But anyway, moving on with this, please let me know what you missed the most about this game. What were your best memories, and what features, and why did you enjoy the game so much itself, and what do you think F1 23 should be focusing on the most? But for myself personally, we're kind of taking away the memories, but no, we certainly did have good ones in this game. I just really enjoyed how this game felt, and again, quite similar to F1 22, upon the release, as we have absolutely no idea where we're going here. So you're going to see quite a lot of raw laps in this video. You'll see there's quite a transformation from the lap times we were setting at the start to eventually what we get down to. So kind of just reactivating that muscle memory at the stage. But you can see just having a big smile on my face when we're playing this game itself. And that was the case when I used to play this 2 years ago, because it just felt very fun and just satisfying to play. And was the handling model realistic? No, but does it need to be? Because I don't think it ever has been. Like with the release of F1 22, though, that handling model, the traction was insanely difficult, and I think that's one of the things I noticed the most from playing this game, how much easier the traction was on F1 20. But F1 22, even still to this day, the traction is just very, very difficult compared to what it should be in real life. But the main thing is just that it's very inconsistent. But again, it doesn't really need to be realistic, but I think that was the main reason at the start of F1 22 of why they did that really big handling update, because they felt like it was very unrealistic. Maybe the traction was too difficult, but I think they've just made it even worse in the feeling. It just, for me personally, it just feels very lackluster, not connected to the car, don't know when you're going to spin whatsoever. And I think it's no secret, if you've seen some of my recent live streams and even the videos, just not enjoying the game right now, which I think does come with every single game you play. There is always a period, after maybe like 6 months or so, where you're getting a little bit drained out playing the same thing all the time. But I genuinely really enjoyed F1 22 at the start, and I just think they took a massive step backwards with the handling. Although both versions were unrealistic, again, it's all down to personal preference and opinion, but for myself, and I think for the majority of people that I've spoken to and seen, it just felt a lot more satisfying and a lot more consistent at the start of the game. And I think if they stuck with that, they could have actually had a really good game, because I think now, with the updates they've been doing, yes, they've fixed some things, but it seems to create more problems than solutions. And a lot of people I know who put in the comments in my latest videos talking about how the developments work or programming works, and please again, just put your opinion, but I think we just need something completely brand new at this point. And you can see here, using the stock setup, and was very much struggling to get back on the pace again. But the handling and the force feedback, I just felt so much more connected. And I know I'd probably say that every time I play something different. And does it feel like Assetto Corsa or an R-Factor or Automobista in terms of the realism and how connected you are to the car there? No, it doesn't. Those games probably feel even better, but they are more of what a simulation, or trying to replicate what the real cars are like. But this one, the traction is not too difficult. You really have to trail brake quite a lot. The handling model was actually very, very arcadey, but again, I know it's down to people's opinion, but it just felt fun. It just felt consistent as well. And I don't know, maybe it's because we haven't played it for a while, we're just appreciating more, and that might be the case with F1 22 maybe, but personally I don't think that will be the case for myself. And you can see having a big smile on my face here, and yeah, it just felt satisfying to play this game, with the balancing, with the tyre models, the tyre wear. It really had to be smooth with your driving. The traction felt quite consistent, but not impossible at the same time. Also, the slipstreaming and the ERS model, I felt like there was definitely a much better balance. Also, the contact model as well. I just felt like it was a bit more of a complete game itself. And did it have its flaws? Yes, it did. It definitely wasn't perfect in many ways, and I still think games such as 2012 or 2013 were probably even better for its time period. But I remember just coming on this game and just looking forward to playing it, and there were definitely periods where I was a little bit drained out, but for the most part I enjoyed doing open lobbies. I enjoyed doing league racing, and because of all those things, just kind of had a much better balance together itself. And if there was an update, it didn't create a whole reel of problems, like even the most recent one with the tyre compound. I don't know why that wasn't in at the start of the game in the first place. It just really kind of baffles me. And I think even stuff with the delta at the start of the game, that wasn't even not active when you did a purple sector or green sector. That didn't even show on the top right hand side. And I just feel like there just needs to be a lot more care into these games itself. And like someone else said in my videos, maybe they don't want to fix it because it's more investment and more time. And if the sales are coming in, and unfortunately it's not just EA or Codemasters, but a lot of companies now, not even within gaming development, but just in general, if they're getting the profits and they get the short-term gain, then why would they reduce their profits? And I believe that's really the sad reality of how it is. But jumping back on this, it took a while to get used to, but it just felt so much more connected to the car itself, and it was just very, very nice to revisit it again. And like I said, maybe in years to come we'll go back on 22, and I might do a video coming back on F1 22 saying how great it was. But yeah, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. Again, it's complete opinion and it's not realistic or anything at all, the handling models, but yeah, I just haven't really been enjoying myself playing that. And it's not just the handling model, it's just about issues in the game itself, just how the tyre wear is, the tyre models, the ERS, the DRS, just these little glitches, the safety car, how that works, the AI, there's just lots of little things I think add up, which can kind of make it a much less enjoyable experience. So I really do hope for the next game that they include things that people will actually enjoy, such as maybe the classic cars, the short tracks itself, and instead of just things such as F1 Life, which I kind of feel is just kind of a selling point in the marketing department, which you can say, oh, this is a new feature, but it's not something people will actually go be hyped about and enjoy. And I don't think they need to do a huge amount of market research to realise that will be the case itself. But you can see here really abusing the curbs, and it felt very challenging, but it's just very, very smooth when you're going on the traction, the trail braking as well, and just the force feedback I had going through my wheel. It just felt a lot more connected. Still not perfect, still a little bit of a floaty element at times, but I just remember playing this and in open lobbies, and it was probably one of the best open lobbies and periods of league racing that I've definitely had in terms of how you felt when driving the car. It was very, very satisfying. I think 2018 and 2020 were probably my two favourite games in the new platform era. Before that, it was definitely 2013 and 2012 as well. But again, please let me know what your thoughts are. What did you love about this game the most, and what do you want to see happen for F1 23? For myself personally, I just want them to fix the fundamentals, and I think the racing will take care of itself. But coming through here now, coming into here, we're on quite a good lap, but then we go a little bit deep into this corner, make a little bit of a mistake here, hitting the wall on this exit. But this was my fastest lap, and if you've been paying attention to the lap delta, we were getting closer and closer. So coming through into here, missing the apex, just a little bit of a tail one, a really awkward section coming through here. Probably could use a lot more of the track coming through into this one. The setup I'm running was exactly the same as I did. It was a bit faster in a straight line, but it wasn't quite as good in the corners. That's how I really liked to play this game back in the day. After the black box, we want to cut this corner, both of these corners, as much as you can. So one wheel is still on the track, so we just about got away with it and get a really good slingshot exit going down this absolutely huge straight. I don't know if it was the longest straight. It's such a shame we didn't have this in real F1, because I would have loved to have seen it. And spotting the braking point, it's pretty much just before the 100-meter board here. So as we go through there, avoid this curb on the outside, use the throttle to get that extra rotation. Extra rotation was definitely a thing on this game as well. Coming into here, just before the final brake marker, we're kissing this curb, avoiding the curb on the exit, and then completely flat out through this section of the track. Making sure you stay to the right hand side, bit of a track, using the curbs here. Want to hook this inside curb, accelerate through the corner, coming through into this penultimate corner. Let the trail braking do the work. Actually went down a little bit of one gear extra and needed to avoid the wall on the exit and going across the line. It's a 32.2 I was actually very happy with that, and that puts me into the top 100. So without spending too much time, no, I was actually very, very satisfied. I think the best up I've ever done around here was a 31.8 back in the day in an online qualifying. So I was pretty satisfied. And actually, I'm actually thinking of doing some open lobbies on this game as well. So if you'd like to be a part of that, make sure you click that join button to become part of my YouTube membership. Thank you so much for these new extra rotation members right here. So yeah, if you'd like to be joining me open lobbies on this game, because quite frankly, I just want to be playing other games at the moment. And yeah, if you want to be a part of that, become a YouTube member. I will be doing those private lobbies and uploading the videos as well. So I really hope you enjoyed the blast back to the past. Please let me know what your thoughts are of this game and what the future direction of this game should be as well. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day, and I will catch you very, very soon. Peace.